melt before it.
That would be fun. Maybe we'll have to try that right now.
What's you got in that drink there,
We
honey?
did all kinds of
It's
stuff.
one of their, strawberry lemonade refreshers,
From
Coffee
across,
Hub.
I've not had that one.
I haven't either, so
All right, we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. It is 6 o'clock. I'll start by reading the mission statement: improving lives by supporting choices of people through community partnerships and quality services. Can I get a roll call, please?
Amy Bean,
Absent.
Hunter Robinson,
Here.
William Sherman. Here. Dan Riddle,
Absent.
Randy Urick,
Here.
Bailey Butler,
Here.
Katie Guba.
Here. Make an announcement that this meeting is being recorded and is live streamed. Welcome any guests. Is there any public comments or any presentations today that we're going to have?
Oh, sorry about that. Just put my hand in a cupcake. We have, we're gonna have two short presentations. First, we've got Emily Ewing, who's doing some amazing things out in the community. I wanted her to come and give an update because I keep hearing about, I went to training with Andrea up at Ohio University, and I did not know that was the dean that was actually teaching the class. So that was good to know. But what was the guy's name that had Maggie's Aromatics? He was actually in the AI class with us, and I thanked him for letting our kids participate in his business, and he just went on and on about how absolutely wonderful it was. So then when I saw your update, I was like, the board needs to hear about these good things that are going on. And I just so happened to yesterday get a Facebook Messenger message from Kelly Johnson, who saw you guys out in the community as well, and so she sent me a picture of it. I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, you're doing great things. We'd love to hear about them.
Sorry. All right.
Is she presenting now?
So Tina knows this very well. This is our life exploration program, so it'll go through 2025 or to 2026. And this is Jessie Richmond, Chaz's wife, and Tyran. He's one of our soon-to-be grads.
Give me just a second.
Sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
So initially, we came up with an idea because we hadn't started Project Life yet about having the kids get some more opportunities above and beyond what we're currently doing. We have a really great job training program, but we wanted to extend it into different parts of the community a little bit further and work on some life skills on top of just job skills. So how I worked with this out, I'm Emily Ewing from Ewing Pediatric Therapy, and I own my own private practice. I'm an occupational therapist. I've been contracted with Pioneer School. This is my second year. And the first year, Tina was like, what holes do we have? What needs do we have? And so I call myself a gap filler now, and this was one of them that we had for our grads. So how we started this was September. We were at with Marina Vance with Ross County Park and Recs District because the weather was nice. And then every month we go to a new place. So it's interesting because I set it up over the summer with 3 local businesses that I do private social emotional groups with. We call them Friday Night Fun Nights. They're on my business page if you want to check out and see what the kids are doing. They had a really nice open mic night at Paper City Coffee on Veterans Day. And so I already had 5 years established with those business owners, and they were like, 100%, we'll do it. I said, this is different. I'm going to be bringing some Pioneer students in, and they were all on board. So we'll go through and you'll get to see each month we go to a different business. And since then, 2 more businesses have reached out to me to ask if they could participate. So that's why it's good when people are coming to you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Would you like to
And I think
lead
when you
your
were-
own presentation?
Sorry.
Would you like to lead your own presentation?
You can do it. Yeah, that's fine.
Emily, I remember when you were sitting down with Tina and I and proposing this, you said that it's important to find out what the child's jam is. I think you just went there.
Yes.
Find out what they really enjoy doing, and part of this would help identify that.
Yes, and a lot of our kids said they don't want to clean when I was talking to them about it. And I'm like, well, there's more. I mean, there's more skills, and there's things that we didn't know the kids could do. We had no idea until we get them out there, and then all of a sudden they light up. So we're definitely finding their jams. So the month of September, this is Jerry, and they like to call him Grandpa, and this is Noah. And they own are in charge of the maintenance garage for Ross County Parks and Recs. And currently the guys go out every Wednesday and they're installing a garage door. And I'm not talking like a little garage door. It's like, it looked like a loafing shed. It's a barn and they're building a wall. So they're measuring, cutting wood. Scares us a little bit, but they're learning how to use basic tools of measurement. So in this, they're learning how to use the hydraulic greaser gun. And they take care of, these maintenance guys take care of all of the equipment that mows, like the trimmers, weed whackers, chainsaws. So the guys are taking care of that. And Tyran, he loved it so much, they offered them a 9-week work placement. So, and they said they would like to hire Tyran when he graduates. Okay. This is Kinnickinnick Fern. We did a trail cleanup and they had planted all these baby trees and then we had that drought. So the guys went out and filled up the water bags. So they're learning how to use that big tanker in the back, which they thought was pretty fun. For the month of October, we're downtown. So before we started, we located all of our businesses. So we're looking at visual perceptual skills, going downtown, finding the names of the businesses, and then being able to read the addresses. So we printed off a map, we park at Christie's Pizza, and then they have to figure out how to get to their business. And then we work on traffic flow patterns, crossing the street. A lot of our kids can't read the signage, and so they would watch other people as their cue to figure out how to do that safely. We found out a lot of the kids are missing some skills there for orienteering. All right, so this was our first in October at Maggie's Farm and Aromatics. And what we do is we rotate, there's 6 different participants that go. These are new grads. And Tosh is our physical therapist. Sierra up in the corner is a job coach. And whatever therapy that student has, they'll come with them. So ahead of time in the summer, I went through and itemized with the employers or business partners what basically what were the lifting requirements, standing requirements, printed all that out, sent it to all the therapists. So speech, occupational, and physical therapy, I'll get a copy of that. So we know on the back end what we need to work on. If it's standing tolerance, if it's lifting, like what would be the expectation for an employee at that position. So we work on those things on the back end. So they're making those bath bombs and steamers. So like the little steamers, we figured out we lost count, put them in the bags. So we modified that and had like 10 squares on a mat. And then they filled the 10 squares and then put them in the bag. So having the kids come up with their own adaptations because they're used to the teachers doing that all for them. And we're like, okay, this is your job. And we also noticed they always look to us and they're like, I need help. I'm like, no, I'm not your boss. She's your boss, you know, so you need to figure this out with her. So it's really, I see them communicating more and more expectations are being placed and they're rising to those expectations.
Next.
Yeah. So I also noticed there's a lot of crossover with our home training skills. So they have to measure and pour at Maggie's, and they all will tell us, well, Todd taught us this. Todd taught us this. So if you guys know Todd, let's big shout out to Todd. Okay. And there's videos here. So Cole is in the orange shirt there, and his parents agreed to let him go. He can be overwhelmed by printed material, and we had all kinds of ingredients out that day. He typically keeps his eyes closed because the world is just visually overwhelming. He never closed his eyes, like the whole time. He was engaged, and it was great. So Mom and Dad were so happy to see that. So at Maggie's, we make the bath bombs, shower steamers, and candles. We did packaging, labeling, and sealing. You see, Joe was so excited when he finally got one that came out because they, you know, it's hard. They crumble sometimes when you pop them out. And this is a video of Tyran. He learned how to seal, label the bath bombs. So you can hit that video. So there's a lot of safety awareness too, because obviously we're pouring hot wax. So we set up a little vocational shop in the back of the therapy gym where we have hot wax, paraffin wax, and we practice pouring and things like that, measuring things out. and they were packaging orders for Etsy during that time. So, okay. Yep, so there's all the skills that we had. They made, these are sugar scrub for your lips. You can see Nye is measuring out. You have to put it's a lot of sequencing, like how you go through and put the jars down and then keeping track of each of your scents. And there's Joe shaking Jesse's hand. They all love Jessie. They're just, yeah, she's perfect with them too. Okay. So in November and December, we started at Cafe Chill Coffee. And this is a video. So Tyrian is learning to use Toast. It's the cashier app that they use. And he was taking my order. He got it right. So at first he's like, it's $14. And she's like, let's look at the decimal. So on the back end, he's working on that. And Sonia, one of our PTAs, has come out. Alex never stopped smiling. This is the owner's daughter, Ada, and she's very beautiful. So Alex enjoyed his time there. And our Coda Tally is up there, and that's the owner, Lindsay. And Tyrian has actually been there twice now. And he has the coffee drinks memorized. Like the second time he came, customers are coming in and asking for the cup of joe or a dirty pop. And he goes right through. He uses a steamer. A lot of the employees have said that's hard for them. And he's like, he loves it. You'll see a little video of him talking about it later. So here's some messages from our community business partners, because I feel like you need to hear from them and from our students. So Jerry's a man of few words, but I was just really impressed because he said, we're here to serve the community and this is another way to serve, and I love this. Jesse Richmond, the Life Exploration Program has been such a joy to be part of. Watching the students grow in confidence, communication, and practical job skills has been truly inspiring. They approach every task with enthusiasm and curiosity and quickly became a valued part of our team. It was rewarding to see how proud they were of their progress and how much they genuinely enjoyed learning. Programs like this make such a meaningful difference, not only for the students, but for the businesses and communities that get to be part of their journey. We're so thankful to have been asked to play even a small part in it. I'm going to let you read Lindsay's, because I'm going to lose my voice here. And I love that she talks about having that structure to life. And I notice when our kids know that they're going, they're ready to go. At 9:15, we get on the bus and they're ready to go to work. They really enjoy that part of their day. This is a little video that Tyrian's teacher sent me today. Go ahead and hit that.
All right, Tyrian. So what do you like about the Life Exploration Program? It's fun. Okay, very good. And what are you learning? Yeah, you're learning all kinds of different job skills, right? You're doing so good. What job do you like doing the most, do you think? Yeah, okay, very good. And what do you do there? Yeah, you take orders. You do a great job at doing that. And what do you like about taking orders? Do you like running the cash register? Yeah, the tablet. And do you like talking to people? Why do you like talking to people? Yeah, you do a great job interacting. You're so good.
So Amanda had said, we were talking because she knows Tyrian, and she's like, he's so quiet all the time. When you get him out in the community and taking orders, he's like, welcome, what can I help you with today? And his face is just, he's like full of life and he smiles. And I wish you could all know Tyrian and his history, but he's talking about, he wants his own place and in the country with a garden. And he's talking about what he wants to do for a job. And it's added this whole new aspect to his life and his personality. So to watch him when I'm not there, I don't know what he does, because like when I am there, he's in my office and he's already planning, and he planned like an assembly we're gonna have. Like it's just brought out this whole different side to Tyran that we didn't know that he had. So he's really good with customers. The other boys are doing really great too. Alex uses an AAC device and he has words on it now to take orders, and he's using that. So the customers have been great everywhere we've gone. They are really awesome at asking the kids questions, and the kids are responding to them. And the therapist and job coach and I can kind of stand back and observe and kind of let them take the role that they should be taking and getting ready to go out into the world. So that's what we're doing. I hope you enjoyed that. It's just a little tidbit of all this thing that we do for our students at Pioneer School.
Awesome. Very cool. Very good. Thank you for everything that you do.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Tina, do you have anything that you want to say about it? The results you're seeing?
It's just Tyrene is a kid that before this program he would come in and like had his foot over his face, would sleep all day, not engaged at all, and now he's like running, like literally running in the building every day, like big mom. So it's just we're super excited to have this lead in project life that we're going to be kicking off next year. So I think this is the perfect foundation for that, and it just helps. It helps gives them some structure and help us find what they love, because it's hard to do that in the school. You know, we can only have so many different things, but to find these new avenues has been really exciting. We've been super grateful to have Emily and Spearhead this for us.
And Lindsay Fassel was also asked if she can hire one of them when it's over.
Nice.
So
Okay.
we send the employers their entrance inventory that Haley Throckmorton does. Like, I don't like loud noises. I don't like to be touched. They get all that before the kids go out. And then, like I said, the therapy staff and myself, we work on the skills behind the scenes. So when they go, they're better prepared. Like with Tyrene, it's money. He's been working on being able to take change and things like that. That's why I gave him actual money. He was like, to do that before everyone else has debit card. I'm like, well, let's just see what happens if I give you actual money.
So when we have the board meeting at the school in December, we'll take you back if you want to see the lab that's back there, so you can kind of see how they're practicing when they're not out in the road.
In January will be Fancy Hob with Grounded Educational Camp Bar. And February is McKenna Harper and her family at Papersleeve Coffee.
Now, this is really neat that the community is coming together and letting the students go. Is there a way to do some more advertising with like other small business owners that want to know that this exists? Or
I
is
think
it
we
just,
probably should. We're looking at this, like, this was kind of our pilot program like this summer. I went out and said, hey, with the business owners that I knew, would you be interested in this? And they're starting to come to us now. So I know Ashley Wilburn, I work with her on some things, some consulting with Sweetbriar Collective, and we talked about packing sensory boxes for her store. And I'm like, our kids could absolutely do that. And we put on a little card as an OT. I'm like, I want you to tell me why you like this piece of equipment or what this does to help you, because I think that's important for parents to see that when they're making purchases that way, and like for a neurodivergent kiddo, what this does for them. So I think there are a lot of opportunities, and I love that every place I've taken the kids, they're like, can these children be hired? Can these students be hired? Because we really need other people. Like you said, there's someone out in the community. I get questions every time we are somewhere about the students and who they are and what we're doing. So I think that community awareness and understanding that our kids, yes, can absolutely do this and be hired, it opens up whole new avenues for both the community, the employers, and the students.
Emily.
Not to bring politics into it, but Kelly Johnson's Representative Mark Johnson's wife. So I mean, it's really very cool.
She was talking to me. Sometimes people, I just am nice to everyone.
Yeah,
I know who you're
exactly.
talking to.
Yeah. She was just so excited to ever answer at the business expo. She was so excited just to tell me, I saw your people out and about in the community and doing cool stuff. And then the gentleman's name at the class, he was just like, it has been the best experience ever. So, so thank you for coming in and telling us about it.
Absolutely.
It's kind of nice to see the visual aspects of it, because you can hear it, you can read it, but to see the smiles and see them actually doing so.
It's really opened up the parents' minds
yeah.
too, because a lot of them were like, no, I don't think they should go out. But I'm like, you know what, let's give them a try, let's see how they do. And I think I'm like, okay, maybe they can have some employment after graduation, which I'm like, just like Lindsay said, they need structure in their day and they need friends. And Tyrine's like, I have my people. He literally, the first day we got coffee, we went to leave and he panicked. He was like, I gotta order Jesse's coffee order because she said, are you gonna come say hi to me? Because I'm gonna be crying every Wednesday morning because you guys we were there for a month. And I gave him my wallet and because he was like, how am I gonna pay for it? And I said, we really need to learn how to do this. Use this card. So he went up and he ordered her coffee, got her order right, practically sprinted down to Maggie's. He was like, is Jessie here? And she came out of the back and he gave her this huge hug. And she's like, I've been making shower steamers all by myself this morning. And he was like, you want me to get a pair of gloves on? And she's like, thank you for the coffee. It was perfect. You got my order exactly right. So that's just to see, like, he has his people. I mean, this is his community now, where before, I don't think he would have ever gotten an opportunity to go downtown and, know, like, he knows business owners now, and they know him, and he thinks that's so cool.
And those kids that it's like their first time out, and we're not sure because sometimes at the school, there's certain noises that, upset them and so they have contingency plans for that someone else drives the van so that if they are having a hard time, they can come back to the school. So they're not made to stay if it's not for them that day. But that has not been the case. They've been going out and then they love it. So
Yeah, they blow us away every time.
That is amazing. Thanks very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for presenting.
Yes, we have another guest. First of all, there's Caitlin over there. She's my dance partner, if you guys don't know her already, and she's one of my best friends ever. Yes. We have a great time. Do you want to introduce the celebrity that you brought with you?
It's my sister Kara.
Absolutely. And let's see what Kara won.
It's an award for Sibling of the Year. It's named after Dr. Tom Fish. And I was lucky enough to be nominated for it. And I'm so blessed that I was because it's awesome for siblings to be recognized in general and then at the state level getting recognized, especially as a facilitator for Sib Shop. It's good for my little kiddos to see that they can win something also and stick out and have their own experience. Yeah, it's amazing. It's because of her.
I love it. You guys are both so lucky. Can you tell us some of the things that you do in Sib Shops that help siblings understand?
So we stress it's not therapy, it's nowhere near therapy, but it's something for other siblings to get to know each other and know that they're not alone, that there's other people their age and around their age to talk to, that make friends with. Because sometimes you can feel alone because not everyone understands what it's like to be a sibling. And we play games, get to know each other, and we also just have discussions about whatever they're able to talk about. We also talk about different therapies so they can understand what their siblings might be going through because we have a wide variety of ages. We think we have some 6-year-olds to teenagers that we talk to. And obviously depending on age group is how discussion goes. We've brought different therapists in to speak to our groups, speech, and everything all the little kiddos like to share, this is what my sibling does. And it just it definitely helps them understand it on a different level. And just so they can talk about how they feel about their sibling, what they think about their sibling. The good, the bad, everything in between. Every event that they want to share, they don't have to share, it's all up to them. We also do a lot of crafts, which they really enjoy because it also gets them just talking. They will start conversations, and some of these kids actually have said, I've met my best friend here because they are connected on that different level. And this is something I'm glad Ross County has brought to the county, and hopefully it stays around for a really long time. Because me getting into it, I remember my mom just coming home and being like, hey, there's this new thing that Ross County is starting and they're looking for someone else to just help. And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, I live in Cincinnati now, and I just drive back whenever I have these events because it means so much to me. Because I wish I had it when I was a little kid. This is something that I think should benefit a lot of kiddos. And just getting the word out to help make it a bigger and better thing. Because our first event, I think we had like 5 kids. And I think we have up to like 30-ish registered under it now of all ages. It's amazing. And I'm so glad you guys continue to let us have it.
We are so proud of you, and we're so proud of the Sib Shops programming that you do. So I just want to say thank you, and thank you from the board for everything that you do. And to be the Sibling of the Year, the statewide award, that's a pretty big deal. Is it okay with you if we kind of have Alex get a hold of you and like get some newspaper
Yeah,
article written or
of
something
course.
on you? Okay, all right. Well,
Amazing.
we'll probably want to quote from you too, Caitlin, if that's okay.
Now, if people are interested and have siblings that they know that would benefit from it, how do they get involved?
We send out flyers quite often. We pick dates a couple months in ahead of time, and Kristen Smith, she makes flyers, and we like communicate. We put all kinds of contact information on it, where it takes place, which is usually at the land room that we just got. But sometimes we'll go out to the Pioneer School and do like outside events there when it's nice. But it's a nice flyer, that describes like a brief description of what it is, when it's going to take place, contact information on like how to RSVP, and we have like some paperwork that they have to fill out, so we have an understanding on like their sibling and them personally, their age, and like kind of what they're into, to kind of get us a hands-on more experience with them before they come and are at the event.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing and congratulations.
Congratulations. Yes. What are you for the school board?
X-ray and CT.
Okay, all right. Awesome. I thought you were the medical field.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you guys very much for coming in.
Thanks for
I
having me.
saw that and I was like, oh. Very, very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, do you have a trophy wall right beside Katie's trophy wall?
I'm starting to think we might have to have one.
Well, she's got all this swimming, all
Yeah,
these gold
she has all
medals.
kinds of awards.
Yeah,
You might have to put mine right next to hers.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to meet you guys.
And again, we'll have Alex be in touch to get a newspaper article. All right, thanks.
Okay, so we will move on to approval of the October 9th and November 4th minutes. We'll start with October 9th. They were emailed out. I believe we have, they're emailed out. Hopefully everyone had a chance to look them over. Do they have any questions, any additions? Well, we have them attached as well. If not, I will entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Thanks, Katie. Can I get a second?
Also,
Ready? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Same sign. Any abstentions? Motion carries. Approval of October 9th minutes. So next is approval of November 4th minutes. Any corrections, additions, edits? If there are none, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Thanks, Katie. Can I get a second?
All second.
Thanks, Hunter. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Any abstentions? Motion carries. November 4th minutes are approved. We'll do an approval of expenditures for October 2025. I don't believe we have a copy of those. Those were emailed out.
Yeah, on my way out from the board meeting at the last meeting, we were told not to make so many copies of things.
Okay.
So we were just the expenditures were kind of long, so we just copied the minutes, but from now on, we can do the minutes and expenditures if that works, or whatever you guys' preferences are, but since you weren't at the last meeting, just so you know.
Sure.
I
Appreciate that.
Much lighter this time.
Any questions about the expenditures for October? Any edits? I have not. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll motion.
Thanks, Bill. Can I get a second? Thanks, Randy. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. We'll go into old business for the superintendent's report.
Andrea and I went up to Project Search in Circleville at Burger Hospital, and we ran into Jacob Deloge. He was so happy up there. That is just like the next step. So we start with the life exploration. We go into Project Life, which teaches half a day of life skills, half a day of work skills, and then Project Search, which is a full day doing one of 8 different rotations up at Burger Hospital. So it's just this full continuum. So it was just, he was so happy. It was just amazing. So I just had to share that. I did orientation with new hires, attended a special education meeting with local schools, met with Chillicothe's transit operations manager. The advocates were able to get a bus stop put in right here. It's on a trial basis, but right back over here where we have picnic tables. And then I believe you guys are doing rides like on Tuesday where people will learn how to ride the
It's
transit
like,
system.
riding with a buddy or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really excited.
Because they identified transportation as being one of the major issues that need to be addressed for people in our community. The superintendent's executive committee meeting, Kiwanis meetings, management team meetings, and more meetings, Halloween parade. Went to the Trailblazers opening game and watched them win. That was a great time. Went to the bazaar that they had at the school. I did interviews for SSAs, SSA assistants, instructor assistants. I attended a booster meeting. I attended Phil's retirement party and FCFC meeting and our special meeting that we just had recently. Great. That's just like the highlights.
Any questions for Amy? Move on to Landrum update.
So last week, the board approved the intent to proceed with the lowest bid. And the next day, I sent the packet up to OMAS for their review and approval. I spoke to them on the phone this morning, and they gave me the approval to proceed with the contract. So now the next step is for the engineering group to draw up the contract and agree with the contractor. And then after they do that, then we set dates for scheduling the work.
Awesome. Very exciting. Thank you.
Questions, discussion? Now we're going to move item C to the end of the agenda and move on to new business, unless anybody has any additional old business. Okay. Finance committee recommendations.
I can cover that, but Jared, you please step in if I miss anything, but with the finance committee met this morning to talk about the budget that will be presented to commissioners early next week, is that correct?
We're having a meeting on Monday,
Okay.
but the budget after approval tonight will be taken over to them tomorrow.
Okay, so they
They
have
get
a
a copy,
chance.
the auditor's office gets a copy, so they'll have it a day in advance, so we need that to have on Monday.
And not a huge amount of changes, I think, from earlier this year, except for the potential need to go after or talk about doing a levy request. We anticipate can be pushed back a year, just based on how the cash reserve is looking, or cash carryover, I should say. Also, there's 27 pay periods in the next budget, which we learned about causes a little bit of an expense increase unanticipated originally, but should wash itself out in the following year. And our recommendation as the finance committee would be to approve the operating budget, 10-year cost projection, cash estimate, salary by program with COLA projection, and residential fund budget as presented to the board. Did I miss anything?
Great.
So is there a vote that needs to happen today?
Yes.
On which one? All of those?
All of those.
Okay. Where do you want to start? Into the,
Can we just do one motion to cover all of it? Would that be sufficient?
sure, you want to take the
I'll
motion?
make a motion to approve the operating budget, 10-year cost projection and cash estimate, salary by program with COLA projection, and residential fund budget.
Anybody have questions, discussion? Okay, not, I'll need a second.
All second.
Thanks, Connor. All in favor of approving all 4 of those, say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
And Yeah, thanks Jared and for handling all of that. It's greatly appreciated.
Do we have any additional new business?
Just some good news. So we also had an athlete of the year. So the Special Olympics statewide athlete of the year is also coming from Ross County. So it hasn't been made like official big time yet. But Caitlin's boyfriend, Noah Hiles, is the Special Olympics athlete of the year for the state of Ohio. So woo, we're just making marks all over the place.
Great.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
Fantastic. Okay, anything else for new business? Anything else for discussion? If not, I will entertain a motion to go into executive session pursuant to ORC 121.22 G1 to consider the employment, evaluation, and compensation of a public employee.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. Can I get a second? Thanks, Randy. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? We are going to executive session at 6:36. Thank you all. Need to end the live stream.